bro, I hear a lot of y'all talking about you don't have enough time, right? You don't have enough time. You don't have enough time to create. You don't have enough time to work on that business plan. You don't have enough time to spend with your children. You don't have enough time to hit the gym. You don't have enough time to read, right? So, the reason why I'm coming to you with it, bro, is because I was there. You know what I mean? I was that guy talking about I didn't have enough time in my day, right? I didn't have enough time in my day. So, at some point, and I can't tell you exactly when it was, right? Maybe a couple years ago. But I was like, man, I got to be more efficient with my time because I'm not getting enough done. And I feel like, you know, I'm slipping backwards. Like, I'm not getting ahead fast enough. So, throughout some reading I was doing, some research and whatnot, you know, I came across a bull named Ed Milet. And he talked about dividing his day into threes, right? So, 3 different segments of his day. So, you're up for 16 hours a day for the most part, right? So if you divided your day in 3 segments, that's 2 6-hour segments, and what would that make it? Another 4-hour segment, right? And what you do is you just base everything on hour after hour, right? And you record your wins. So when you would start to record your wins, like every time you read or every time you watch something for, you know, 10 minutes or 15 minutes, something positive, things that you're doing like that, you record your wins, right? And what you start doing is when you look back on it, you know, every 3 hours, something like that, every 4 hours, even at the end of that 6-hour clip, you're like, dang, I got a lot done, right? Or it could be the opposite. It could have been just you just wasted a bunch of time and you didn't get anything done, right? But dividing your day into threes lets you hit the reset button, right? And it's your own personal reset button, meaning if in that first 6 hours you didn't get anything done, then bro, fuck it, it's a new part of the day now. All right, I didn't get anything done in the morning part, my early part. Now I'm starting on the midday part, the middle part of my day. So what am I going to get done? And it might have been, bro, that you was too tired. It might have been that, you know, some things held you up. So what you end up doing is you end up refocusing, hit that reset button, and now you're like, all right, what can I do in this next 6 hours to make it, you know, very, very productive? And bro, what I started finding for myself was that a lot of times I will get more done in that 6 hours than I used to get done in an entire day, bro, an entire 16 hours, right? Just because I was intentionally trying to get stuff done in a short amount of time. So I had to cut out the time wasters, right? That might have been certain phone conversations. That might have been scrolling on social media. That might have been listening to music that wasn't really serving me at the time. I could have been learning something. That might have just been talking to certain people at my job. That could have been, you know, taking too long to eat, going to get something to eat instead of eating something at home, right? So, and what started ending up happening was, bro, it got in my head. So that's what Ed Milet was teaching, was like you actually can divide your day into 3 separate days. So at the end of your week, even if it's just a 5-day week, but it's 7 days, you might have progressed 21 days worth of progression. And I know it seems like a lot, right? And how can you progress 21 days worth in 7 days, bro? But I'm telling you, when you start, you know, minimizing those sections, and you say, I'm just going to have a 6, and a 4, even in that last 4 a lot of times, which is, for me, that's like 5 to 9 or 6 to 10. But you hit that reset button once again. Okay, after dinner, what am I going to do? I don't want to waste this time. Yeah, I'm not on high energy because it's nighttime, right? And I'm going to bed soon. But I could read, I could journal, I can plan for the next day, I can stretch a little bit, I can listen to something positive while I'm in the shower, right? I can watch something positive before I go to bed, if that's what I do, right? So what you end up doing, you end up really, really squeezing your days into these 3 segments, and you end up making a lot of headway, bro. You'd be so surprised how much headway you make in just those, you know, small segments. So there's 16 hours in a day, right? And, you know, I used to be the type, bro, I'm wasting the first hour of my day listening to stuff that didn't serve me, okay? So I might listen to, you know, a radio show. I used to listen to radio shows in the morning. You know how you get up, you mill around a little bit, you brush your teeth, do all that type stuff, get yourself together. and I used to listen to a radio show, but what I started realizing was, that radio show, they were talking about current events, they were talking about music, politics perhaps, a lot of things that are going on. So it was information based. I'm not trying to act like there was no information involved, but bro, I wasn't learning anything, especially anything that I could translate into my career or into making me a better man, right? So let's just say they're talking about what's going on in entertainment. Bro, nothing that goes on in entertainment is going to change your life unless your career is in entertainment, right? Same thing with politics. 99% of the things that go on in politics, bro, does not directly affect you. Could it affect you? Yes, but it doesn't directly affect you, right? So I found myself feeling empty after the first hour or two of my day, because I'm like, man, what am I getting out of listening to these bulls? I could listen to some music, right? And which a lot of us do, and a lot of you do. But bro, even that, most of the music you heard before. Think about that, bro. Most of the music you've heard before. So you're kind of on autopilot while you're listening to it. Now, if you're listening to it while you're cleaning your house, or you're cleaning your car, or you're cleaning your closet out, or you're working out, if you're doing something else productive as you listen to this music, then it makes much more sense. But bro, if you're just going through the first hour or two of your day, you're listening to music that you have always listened to, or that you've heard 1,000 times. If you know all the words, bro, that means you've heard it a bunch of times before. That's not really serving you. And if we're talking about maximizing your time, bro, we're talking about you making use of every 30-minute clip of your day. So what I started doing was I started looking for podcasts on YouTube that served some information. And bro, that could be health and fitness. That could be how to cook better. That could be how to be better in your relationship, right? How to be a better father. How to avoid distractions, how to get rid of negativity, how to meditate better. Endless hours of listening, fam. You put your AirPod in. Everybody got some type of earbuds or AirPods. Put one AirPod or earbud in, bro, and let it roll. Let it roll. And what I started to find out was, man, in an hour or two, because I'm a dude that I move around a lot, you know what I mean? I get stuff done, but like I don't sit still for a large part of my day. So whereas other guys make time to read, I don't necessarily do that, but I do listen. So, bro, books on Audible, YouTube videos, information, motivational speeches. Sometimes, bro, you could just look up motivational speeches. Bro, listen, there is no time that you are going to listen to information for an hour and not get anything from it, even 30 minutes, right? So that's what I would do. Now, we're talking about maximizing your time. So if you're listening to information, now, bro, think about this. 7 days a week, your first hour or two, bro, if you listen to a podcast and it's based on information, finances, relationships, health and fitness, grooming, right? Fatherhood. Bro, we're talking, you're getting 14 hours of information in a week. For 14 hours. You think about that, bro. That's a lot. That is a lot. And some people will say that's nothing like reading. Listening isn't like reading. Hey, bro, if you went to a class and the professor just taught y'all the whole time and you didn't take notes and you just listened, bro, you're going to learn. You're going to retain information. Retaining information audibly is not a bad form of retaining information. It's not. It's different than reading, because you have to, you ingest the words differently when you see them, and then it just flows different. But it's not a bad way to learn, bro. And if you're at a point where you're just wasting a lot of time, you don't have time to be picky. You understand what I mean? You got to get rolling. So, all right. The information part. Now, so after I started doing that in the morning, I'm like, damn, well, what if I did that all day? Because what you start doing is you start yearning for information. You start seeking information, seeking knowledge. So you're like, damn, I might as well do this all day. Bro, you'd be surprised how many dead spots there are in your day where you have 15 to 30 minutes where nothing is going on. Especially in your car. Bro, on the way to work, on the way home from work, on the way to get the kids, when the kids are in the car. Half the time they're on their phones, they don't even listen to you. We waste so much time listening to music. And again, there's a time and a place for music, bro. There's nothing wrong with you listening to music and you dancing and getting good energy from it. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But you will find that you spend a lot of time doing it, and you could be learning a lot about life and bettering yourself, bro. You could be bettering yourself. So, all right. A big time waster is the conversations we have at work. So what I used to notice is you get to work and you start talking about what happened yesterday, what happened in sports, what's going on in politics. Bro, politics and sports are two of the biggest time wasters for men. Two of the biggest time wasters for men. Because what we end up doing is, bro, we end up spending a ton of time talking about people who are living their best lives. Most of these athletes, bro, are at the height of their career, right? They're making a lot of money. They're doing very well in their sport. They're athletic. You know what I mean? They got great lives. Same thing with politicians, bro. A lot of these politicians are rich. A lot of these politicians are making moves. They're living a much better life than you right now, right? And like, it's cool if you want to get to that point. But bro, most of the time you're talking about things that are based on opinions. And opinions are time wasters, bro. They're time wasters. Your opinion on who's better in sports. Most of your sports talk starts coming down to who's better than who. Who has a better jump shot? Who has more wins and losses? Who's going to win the championship? Who has a better offense? Who has a better defense? Bro, we spend time. If you really think back to the last time you had a debate about sports with a coworker, bro, every time it's 10 to 30 minutes. Now imagine what would happen if you took that time and you just journaled, right? You said, you know what? I'm going to skip going to the break room on my break, and I'm going to just go somewhere quiet, and I'm going to just journal just about my life, bro. Just write down what's been going on, how I've been feeling, what's going on in my relationship, how I feel about my kids. And bro, we have this stigma about journaling, since I mentioned that. We have this stigma about journaling that is for women. And bro, what's wrong with writing down your feelings? A lot of times, things are swirling around in your head. And when you get them down, even if you keep it in your phone, bro, the best thing is to write it down on a notepad, because it really, really gets out your body. But bro, a lot of times you get that off of your chest. When they say get it off your chest, that's what they mean. Literally, it's like a weight lifted off you. So one of the things you could do is journal on your break times, bro. One of the things you could do is brainstorm on your next, bro, listen, it could just be planning some get-togethers for your family members, bro, that you ain't seen. Oh, how can I get with these people? I ain't seen my cousins. I haven't seen my brother. I haven't seen my sister-in-law. How can I get with these people? You could be brainstorming on these, bro. You get 2 15-minute breaks in a 30-minute. Let's just say that was it, right? That's very minimal, but let's just say that was it. Bro, we're talking an hour worth of time that if you read, journaled, took a walk, shit, you can get on the phone with somebody you haven't talked to, bro. You can say every day, I'm going to call 2 people on my break just to see how they're doing. I can send out 3 gratitude text messages just to see how people are doing. Yo, thankful to have you as my boy. Just wanted to let you know I love you and shit. I ain't talked to you in a minute. Hope you having a good day, bro. Just that quick, right? Then as you're charting your wins now, I'm going to circle back to these wins. So what I do is everything positive I do in a day, bro, that's a win, right? So if I get to an appointment on time, that's a win. If I eat a healthy meal, that's a win. Going to the gym, if I perform a certain exercise or 10 sets of something, that's a win. If I run a mile, that's a win. If I take a walk at lunch, get some sunlight, that's a win. If I listen to a half an hour of a podcast and it was information based, or it made me feel good, or just made me laugh, that's a win. If I avoided negativity, somebody texted me something negative, and I said, oh, yo, I ain't really got time to talk about that today. I'm going to holler at you another time. Win. Bro, when you start looking back at these wins, if you look at 12 o'clock, so if you go 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. to 6 p.m., and then 6 p.m. to 10, bro, when you start looking back at your wins over a day, you're like, damn. Because there are going to be days and times that you feel like you haven't done anything. You're like, man, I just don't feel like I got anything done today. I don't feel like I was progressive today. I feel like I was a little stagnant. Bro, you take a look at that list, and you're like, damn, I got some shit done. Because you forget. fill your time up with positive things, bro. And you start to realize, like, man, so let's just say the 2 people that you were going to text every day at lunchtime. That's 5 days a week. That's 10 people, bro. That's 10 people. How many people you got? But imagine how good those people would feel, because, yeah, you're doing it to fill your time. And you're doing it to make yourself be more time efficient. But, bro, how about the people that you're touching? And then this would F you up. When you see them months down the line, they be like, hey, you know I be looking forward to your text messages, right? And you like, nah, I ain't. Yeah, I was going through a tough time like a month ago, bro. And, you know, hearing from you, it made me feel good. Bro, listen to me. You know what I'm saying? So filling your time up with things that make sense. But that means you got to stay away from the negative people, the negative conversations, the sports debates, the political debates. Bro, if you're walking away from conversations or getting off the phone with people, or you're done with a text thread and you feel empty, or you feel depleted, like they done took your energy, bro, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. So part of being an efficient man, part of being a forward-moving man, a top 1%er, bro, these guys who are high achievers, if you look them up on YouTube and watch any of their interviews, they're going to talk about they got a morning routine. The morning routine is rigorous. Almost all of them got a morning routine, fam. And you'll see a lot of them learn constantly, and they don't waste time. They don't waste time, bruh. You start getting to a point. Now, I done been to this point. Bruh, empty conversations that don't serve me make me, like, I be irritated. Irritated. Sometimes we look at empty conversations as, like, when we call somebody and they just make us laugh and we're joking around. That's not empty, bro. That's making you feel good. That's not empty. That's making you feel good. That's positive energy, right? That's not what I was talking about. I'm talking about getting on the phone with somebody and they're complaining every time you talk to them. Every time you talk to them, they're talking about who got shot in your city. Every time you talk to them, they're talking about how broke they are, how much they hate their job, they hate their relationship, they never make any changes. Bro, those are empty conversations. You leave there feeling empty. Because not only are they dumping a bunch of negativity on you, bro, but you can't even do anything to help them. That's empty. Even with your children. So when you pick up the kids, bro, so I'm going to hit you with 2 more things. It's a lot of things, but I'm going to hit you with 2 more of them. When you're with your children, right, a lot of times we just listen to music, we let them play on their phones, we don't talk while we're in the car. Sometimes it's just silence, man. It just is what it is. Kids don't always want to talk. But, bro, one thing kids will do is they will listen to stories about your past. Because most of the time, let's say your kid's 8, bro. I remember being 8 years old. Bro, I didn't think my dad was 8 before. I didn't think my mom was 8 years old before when I was 8. When I got older and saw pictures of her, I'm like, oh shit, you were 8 years old before. But bro, kids don't think that you were 8. They don't know that you fell off a bike. They don't know that you played basketball in the summer and it was 90 degrees outside and you came home and your mom had iced tea. They don't know that. You think they know it, but they don't, bro. They don't know you got your heart broken in the 3rd grade, right? They don't know you had to write notes to a girl if you liked them. They don't know that. So use the time while you're in the car with your kids to have meaningful conversations. And the easiest way is, so what we'll do is we'll try to talk to them about something that doesn't really impact them right now or that they're not interested in. So we'll say, hey, do you know how to say no to drugs? Bro, they're 12. They don't use drugs, bro. They're not looking to use drugs. Most of them aren't, right? And yeah, every once in a while you got to check in with them on stuff like that. But for the most part, bro, you're picking up your kids every day. They don't want to talk about drugs every day. They don't want to talk about negativity every day. What could happen to them if they don't take their studies seriously? They want to hear how, yo, you was 12 and you broke your arm and you ain't think you was going to be able to play baseball. And you had to learn how to throw with your left hand and catch with your left hand. You was using the tennis ball off of the wall. That's what they want to hear about, bro. They want to hear that you get scared sometimes at work. Or that your job stresses you out and you're not happy with your boss, but you still do it. That's what they want to hear, right? So, major time waster. And I got to get off here, but listen. I'm gonna get back to y'all on some more time wasters, because apparently we really need to talk about this a little deeper, because I was a pro at wasting time. You understand me? When your kids have practice, I used to do this, I was guilty of it. Standing around talking to the other parents about your kids, their kids, the coach, the season, how good little Johnny is, how good little Bobby is a major waste of time. Fam, if your son plays football or any sport that they practice every single day, and you go there every single day, and you stand there for an hour and a half to 2 hours, and you're either scrolling on your phone or you're talking to other parents, bro, you're wasting your life. Not your time, your life. And the reason why I say that is because you can change your life in that hour to 2 hours if you did something productive. You can actually change your life. Bro, I did it. So that's how I know I did it. Bro, most of the time, most of y'all could drop your kid off, because unless your kid is under 8 years old, bro, you can drop them off. That's one other thing that we do. We feel like we have to watch everything they do and be yelling from the sidelines. That shit don't work, bro. That don't work. I got a son that play college football. Trust me, he don't care if I'm at practice or not. He cares if I drop him off and pick him up. He don't care if I stay the whole time. And even if I do, if I'm up there reading a book, he don't care. Yeah, they like to see your face. I'm not saying they don't. But bro, you could be reading. You could be walking. Huh? You can go wash your car. You can go grocery shopping. Do something productive in those hour or two. And I don't care if it's just reading. Bro, if you just take a walk and listen to a podcast, think about it. It takes about 20 minutes to walk a mile. Let's just say you walk a slow mile. Bro, you could walk 6 miles in 2 hours. 6 miles in 2 hours. And listen to how many podcasts, bro? How many information-based podcasts? How many Audible books could you listen to? In a week. Bro, in a week. That's 30 miles of walking. That's a lot, but imagine what you'll look like. I'll take it a step further. If you start saying, yo, I'm going to do some push-ups. I'm going to do some jumping jacks. I'm going to run. I maybe do some sprints. I'm going to take my jump rope out there. Bro, you can leave and go to the gym. How about you go get an early dinner? An early, healthy dinner, so you're not eating at 8 and 8:30. Because we'll touch on this on the next video. But, bro, a lot of us are eating. I did it before, too. We're eating at 8, 9 o'clock. You didn't just run hills. Your son did. He can sit there and eat for an hour after he gets home. You can't. You're 270 pounds, bro. You're overweight. I've been there. Big time waster. So, bro, listen. If any of the information I gave you today would help someone else, if you know one person, man, woman, or child, bro, just forward the video, bro. Share the video. That's all I ask you to do. You don't know what this information will do for them. You don't know how this information might change their life. It takes you 5 seconds to share the video. If you like the video, if you like the content in the video, hit the like button. That lets me know that I'm doing the right thing and I'm speaking about the right things and that the interest is there, right? Then all I ask you to do is subscribe. Now, if the information that I was going through resonates with you, hits home, and you feel like you need more one-on-one conversation with a dude like me, go down in the description, book a call with me, bro. We'll get on a Zoom one-on-one, and we'll talk about what's been going on with you, because a lot of times you need to air it out, say, hey, this is what's going on with me, and then we can come up with a plan on how you can better maximize your time to become a better man, bro. And that's all we're trying to do. We're trying to become better men every single day that we live. That's it. So go down in the description, book a call. We'll get on the phone, bro. We'll talk about it, all right? Now, we're going to come back with another video like this, all right? We're going to come back with some more information like this. The reason why I talk to you guys about my failures and things that I went through is because I need to let you know I was where you are. And, bro, this is just simple ways to get better. That's it. That's it, all right? So I appreciate you for hanging out with your boy today, all right? It is your guy. Mark my words. I'll be back on you on the flip side, all right?